High frequencies, everyone. Coming in to talk about karma and our children. And it is 3:00 in the morning. And so, if there is a thing that really exists, that's called karma. And in karma, the thought process is you reap what you've sown. That's not always good, and it's not always bad. You can have good karma, and you can have bad karma. But whatever you put out energetically, or whatever you have put out energetically, is going to come back to you. Whether your consciousness created on a different timeline or on this timeline, doesn't matter, it's coming back. Some of you all who don't have children, you may not even understand this. Hopefully you do. I'm going to try to give it to you where you can reflect and review your own life and then the life of others who do have children, which will make it a whole lot easier to understand. Then I'm going to talk about more specifically those who have children that are over the age of 10. If you have younger children, you may experience this as well through certain things. And we're going to just go into a variety of things. So, and you can't say what your karma was and how it ends up playing itself out, but a lot of it plays itself out. A lot of the negative karma that we've sown, we'll see it play out in our children, as well as some of the positive karma that we've sown. We'll also see that play out in our children. Both the good and the bad plays out in what springs off of us. Offspring. It's springing off of us. Which is why a lot of people say, I'm working on, transmuting the DNA of my bloodline to a higher frequency. Because what have sprung off of your parents, which was the bloodline of their parents, and then it goes on and on and on, is something that it gets to you or a person who's aware, and you say, hey, let me do the work to transmute this, and it's a lot. It feels like a lot because it is a lot. Okay? So going back into karma and children, you'll see it play out. Let's say if you're someone who we're going to start at the very beginning stages. If you're someone, you and your husband are, really working towards having children, and for whatever reason you can't seem to get pregnant, you just can't get pregnant. You just trying. And then one day you get pregnant. Oh my gosh, such a joyous occasion, right? And then that baby does not go full term and you have a miscarriage. Devastating it is. And that again is karma. It's like, okay, for whatever reason, I haven't done the work, or I'm not in alignment, or something is blocking me from even springing off the work that I need to do unto another individual life. It must not be time for that right now. And a lot of people don't look at it like that, as the work that they need to do, and they don't need to put it off. Because offspring is putting some of the work off until let somebody else do it, when it's really you. It's that need to do the work. And so, okay, you try again. Going back to the same scenario. You and your husband trying to have a baby. Trying to have a baby. Get pregnant again. This time the baby got a full term. You actually get going to labor. And the baby comes out stillborn. DOA. And you like, oh my God, you devastated. You and your husband. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I went through full-term care of this baby. And my stomach, I had this baby. We created this bond together. And all of this, like, I can't believe, like, this, we didn't have this baby. Like, this baby came out stillborn. Oh my God. That's part of the karma. Now, because the baby got to a point where it was full, it pulled all the nutrients from mama. It created this attachment with mama. It had an umbilical cord with mama. Did all of this. All going all to labor. She pushing to release something that is not even alive. Death. But in death, there's rebirth. So through that pain, because everything we go through is a lesson. Everything we go through is for us to learn from it, heal from it, and then look to see how we can advance ourselves in a spiritual way to a higher frequency. Not to dwell in the fact that my baby was born dead, stillborn. Not to dwell on that, 10 or 15 years later, still talking about, how you just can't get over it. But understand why it even happened to you. Why did it even happen to you? And that you got to release that offspring that you released is what sprung off of you, was that death, that energy that needed to be released out of you, that you've worked out of you. And then you got to go back and look at it and realize it for what it is. Be like, hey, I got to do that, and now it made our marriage stronger with my husband and I. Or I was able to see that at that point in time, I really wasn't ready to be a father or a wife, whatever the case may be. You get to go and look at yourself. You get to reflect and kind of look at who you are, where you were at that time, and how you can be a better person, what you need to do to be a better person. And you can do that healing work. And you get to a point, let's go to the next stage. Now, baby isn't born stillborn. The baby is actually born healthy. Nothing wrong initially. And the doctors come in maybe a day or two later and say, oh, your baby has this rare form of whatever. And so now you all have birthed into existence a child that is going to have to be consistently cared for. Right? A child that you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars on medication and specialists and all of this. That's really working on not only your financial stability, but your patience, your mental of even having a child that won't be like everybody else. And that could be any type of disability. Child could be, I work with different clients. Your child could have some type of disability where they one arm is shorter than the other one leg shorter than the other one. I work with children who have been disabled. And I always sit and evaluate, like, why did this have to happen to them? And I look and see how different parents care for their children differently. Like, some parents really put attention into loving and caring for their child who has disabilities. And some parents just don't care. They don't give them any attention. They sit them in front of a TV or a device and just let them go. They'll be 14 years old and can write the letter A. So let's move on. Give one more scenario. Child not born with disability, 100% fine. Child is wonderful. Child is healthy. Child is smart. You can have a child that just exceeds all expectations in school. They say principals list, dean's list, honor roll, summa cum laude. All right. All of that. Doctorate degrees, business owners, in the paper, on the news, politician. Your child just doing it all. Baby you had this little baby and baby just did all the work. But along the way, in between those things that we don't get to see, the outside people don't get to see, but we have family secrets. This child may have been molested by a family member and didn't talk about it. Raped by a family member, somebody didn't talk about it. This child may have had to do some juvie time and nobody talked about it. This child may also be on continuous medication because of anxiety or depression or just issues in the family that was happening or the abuse that occurred that nobody talked about. So many things that is not uncovered that this child is dealing with. But people only see what the family allows to be seen on the outside of how wonderful everything is. But this child, or this person or individual at this point, is torn on the inside. It's had to go through so much and did so much that maybe people don't even know about, that they like, hey, I got to write a book about this. Because this child decide what sprung off, they're going to transmute it. All right. Or they're going to use all the failures that they had in life and transmute it to a higher frequency and learn from it to be a better person. That is why we are here. That's why we're here. Sorry about that. All of us, if you're listening to this, all of us come from we have sprung off. We are offspring from parents or single parents who have had to take two. So I always have to say parents, because take two. I don't care if you're just your mama or just your daddy just raised you or your grandmama raised you. But it took two people, a man and a woman, that came together that made you. We had to have a egg and a sperm at this point of our existence until we get to a higher state of consciousness. But where we are now, that's what happened. So their energies of wherever point they were at that in life in that time, and of course the generations before, it's on us to do the work. We are the karma. We are the karma. We are the karma. We are the consciousness of the lives that went before us to do the work. So yeah, children are our karma. And even for us parents, we'll sit and we'll look at things, and especially, I'm just reflecting because I have an adult child. So it's really prevalent when you start to see your child getting to teenage years and into adulthood, and you're with that child in adulthood. If everything been going smooth, wait till that. If your child not even walking yet, just wait. Just wait. Because the fact that we're even here lets us know that everything is work and everything is a lesson. So yeah, he and she are cute because they threw food in my face. Oh, he peed on my face. That's so cute. Just give it time. Because if you live to see the karma play itself out, then you would have to be the person, as well as that child, because you all are connected. Both of you have to transmute that energy to a higher frequency. And it's for both of you to work together to do the work. High frequencies.